Bob Rafelson's The Postman Always Rings Twice is a dark psychological noir that revives the themes of lust, betrayal, and fatalism. The film is based on the novel with the same title by James M. Cain, one of the main representatives of the so-called hard-boiled crime fiction. The same book also served as the basis for the French film The Last Turning from 1939, directed by Pierre Chanel, and for the Italian film The Obsession from 1943, by famous Luchino Visconti in his directorial debut. The Obsession was condemned by the fascist regime for its unvarnished depictions of working-class characters, but is today renowned as a pioneering work of Italian cinema, generally regarded as the first Italian neorealist film. Since the copyright fees for the novel had not been paid due to the Second World War, the film was not allowed to be shown outside of Italy for a very long time. In 1946, Hollywood finally produced its own American version under the original title, The Postman Always Rings Twice, and was directed by Tay Garnett. Rafelson's adaptation was the fourth one. As such, this film was the second English-language version, but was the first version in color, as all three earlier versions were in black and white. This was also the first screenplay of David Mamet, an American playwright, author, and filmmaker. He became known for his sharp rhythmic dialogues and themes of power, deception, and masculinity. Bob Rafelson's The Postman Always Rings Twice follows a drifter who begins a passionate affair with a married woman. Together, they plot to murder her husband and claim freedom, money, and each other. However, their bond, forged in passion and crime, begins to unravel under the weight of guilt, suspicion, and fate. What sets the 1981 version apart from earlier adaptations isn't the story, it is an unflinching portrayal of eroticism between the two main characters, which is central, not only to the narrative, but also to their psychological profiles. Stripped of romantic ideals, their relationship is obsessive, violent, and ultimately self-destructive. The film is notable for its memorable and long love-making scene on the kitchen table. The scene was so realistic that many audiences believed that it was real and not simulated, a notion firmly denied by the actors. Featuring powerhouse performances by Jack Nicholson and Jessica Lange, the film immerses viewers in a tense atmosphere, where erotic desire and existential dread drive two unfortunate lovers to murder. The interesting thing is that Meryl Streep rejected the part of Cora, and that Kim Basinger tested for the same role but didn't get it. Also, Elia Kazan, one of the most influential directors in Hollywood, was screen-tested for the role of Cora's husband. But ultimately, John Colicos was selected for that role. The film was shot in Santa Barbara, California. This setting, sun-drenched yet oppressive, adds to the sense that something sinister lurks just beneath the surface of ordinary life. Cinematographer Sven Nykvist, known for his work with Ingmar Bergman, contributes to the film's moody atmosphere. His use of natural lighting and shadows underscores the film's themes of secrecy and moral ambiguity. Meanwhile, Michael Small's haunting score deepens the feeling of inevitable doom. The film was screened at the 1981 Cannes Film Festival. Upon release, the film was badly received by many critics, who felt that the remake of the 1946 film of the same name was wasted. But since then, the film has been received more favorably, and today, could be considered a cult classic. Bob Rafelson's The Postman Always Rings Twice remains a powerful and disturbing film that examines the destructive power of unchecked desire and the tragic irony of fate. It honors the film noir tradition, while pushing the boundaries of eroticism, psychology, and realism. It reminds that passion, when left ungoverned, can be just as deadly as premeditated crime. Fate always knocks twice, even if we try not to hear it, and the justice will inevitably come back a second time, no matter how we try to escape it.